is the final day of semifinal competition in the Whoop Up Days 2 and 7 Battleground. Our last two teams to enter tomorrow's championship finals will be decided today. Hi, everyone. I'm Dan Germain from CFAC Television Channels 2 and 7. With me is Dave Mabel, the city reporter for the Lethbridge Herald. Dave, you've already had a look at our list of competitors. What have you noticed about our competitors today?
Well, I noticed the weather is heating up. The competition is getting pretty fierce, and we have a lot of women in the events today. I'm wondering, apart from being vocal, they might be also pretty fast and pretty agile in some of these events. This could be a very interesting competition today.
And of course, it is really a battle of not so much wits, but athletic skill.
Yes, and I think that some of these women look like they're in pretty good shape.
Okay, well, we are, as I said off the opening, have come down to our last day of semifinal competition, and here are the teams that are entered today. We've got Pick-a-Pop, The Advisor, Stubbs Pharmacy, Cypress Business Equipment, Scotiabank, Park Plaza, CKTA Radio and Tabor, the Bank of Montreal, Lethbridge Center, and Munton, Copeland, and Anderson. Those are today's competitors. We're going to be right back with our first round of competition in the 2 and 7 Battleground.
This 2 and 7 Battleground is brought to you by IGA, where people come first, and Canadian Western Natural Gas, a tradition of service in Lethbridge since 1912.
With the amount of water on the grounds here, this is almost like water skiing. However, they're going to have to do it on this carpet, 3 people inside these skis, and the idea is, and the trick in this event, is to go left, right, left, right, left, right, with all 6 legs moving at the same time. Let's have a look at how our competitors did.
Racers ready.
Munton, Copeland, Anderson, pencil pushers against the Cypress Rollinauts, and they're off.
Well, some of them are off anyway.
Well, that was kind of an auspicious start for Cypress Business Equipment, falling on the tips of their skis right off the bat.
Tell it's not really the time of the year when people are just skiing, I guess, eh?
Here we go, around the first bend. We've got Munton, Copeland, Anderson taking the lead.
I see they're well in step there. They're definitely on the way to the finish line.
Look at the unison. Boy, they've really got their act together.
They must have practiced.
Crossing the finish line, that could be a record time, Dave.
Well, that's pretty fast.
And Cypress Business Equipment, of course, the Rollinauts are slow but sure.
They're still in there. They're guaranteed second, I think.
The key to this event, of course, is to go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, Munton, Copeland, Anderson beating Cypress in the first event. And we're off and running with the Pick-a-Pop Cappers in the white against the Stubbies in the blue. A nice, clean start here, Dave.
Well, I think one's got a good pace going already. They seem to be definitely into the swing of things here.
Okay, we've got Stubbs already around the second pylon, and there they go into the turn.
I think down the back stretch, they're definitely going to be... Well, I think they may just get it in the walk.
Pick-a-Pop seems to have a malfunction at the junction there.
He lost a wheel or something, perhaps, eh? They just seem to can't make the corner.
Look at Stubbs Pharmacy. Smooth motion.
Right on in.
There they are. Stubbs, Carol Wutzke, Connie Hirsch, and Murray Johnson striding to victory over the Pick-a-Pop Cappers, who, of course, can't quit yet because they're still going for a decent time in this event. It is a timed event, and the amount of time they take will determine the number of points they get.
Well, they are still, well, they're into the second half now. We'll give them that much. They're definitely moving the right direction. We'll be through this afternoon, I think.
It's like the turtle and the hare, you know.
I think I've seen faster turtles, though.
There they are at the finish line.
Well, in the Pick-a-Pop Fire Bucket Brigade contest, you certainly see how these buckets, ordinary as they are a very important piece of the action. And they're used as the afternoon goes on, not only to fill the elevated tub at the far end, but also we see how they're used defensively as a lot of water flies at the opposition team and splashes on the spectators and the judges and even the poor announcers.
Okay, teams ready. Set.
This is the Pick-a-Pop Fire Bucket Brigade, and we've got Lethbridge Center Cruisers on the right of our camera, and they're up against the Park Plaza Panthers. Up top for Lethbridge Center, Mary Ann LaBelle accepting the buckets, and for Park Plaza, it's going to be Leanne Peugeot.
And we're getting well, it's pretty close so far. There's a bit of water flying in the wrong directions, but...
Well, this is really the liquid event. Now, they get penalty points, of course, if they throw the buckets, if they cross the finish line, or if they physically impede the other team.
And that's, I'm sure that's judged fairly broadly.
Well, this event usually winds up in some water getting sloshed on the other competitors as well as members of the audience.
Got a broken bucket there.
Now, what they have to do, of course, the prime ingredient here is to get serious about it and fill up that big bucket that you see Leanne trying to fill up right now. Right up to the black line. Of course, the first team to get it up to the black line is declared the winner. Judge Barry Close is right in between those two towers, and he will declare the winning team.
One more bucket here.
I think we're actually...
Okay, for Park Plaza Panthers, they've had a declaration. One more bucket.
There.
And we've declared time. Park Plaza Panthers wins the event. However, Lethbridge Center, of course, have to continue. They're trying for a decent time. This is a timed event, and they get points depending on how quickly they do it.
They're getting some help. I don't think the kind they appreciate.
Yeah, Lethbridge Center got a bucket full from Park Plaza, but it wasn't where they wanted it to go. So we've got Park Plaza Panthers defeating Lethbridge Center in the Pick-a-Pop Fire Bucket Brigade. This is the Battle of the Banks. And they're off. Okay, there's the Scotiabank fellas. And for Scotiabank, by the way, up top, we've got Phil Chelfie. And for the Bank of Montreal, it's Deb F. up top accepting the buckets.
And an early lead by the Montreal crew, I think, there. They're on their second lap. Still much yet. Nobody seems to be throwing water around either. It's just all going to the destination.
They're being serious about this event. And when you stop and think about the prizes that are involved here, of course, the championship, our number one team tomorrow who wins the overall championship is going to receive a trip to Expo 86, courtesy of Exotic Tours, a value of $999 for each player. They'll get the 2-7 Battleground trophy to display in their business. Barbecues from Canadian Western Natural Gas for each player, and a terrific item for the summertime. Gift certificates from Brandy's Dining and Lounge, and also a gift certificate from Pier 317.
The thing is, too, if they go to Vancouver, they'll be used to all the rain.
But that's not all. We have some other prizes for the top two teams today, Dave.
Well, the people today will stand to win a 30-day membership to McMurrin's Gym downtown. Each player on the winning team. And that's not bad either.
Okay, this is the Battle of the Banks as we pick it up again. It looks like Scotiabank is trailing just by maybe a half a bucket full.
Well, just a few percentage points there, eh?
We're waiting for a declaration here. Hardly any water being thrown around.
No, these are serious-minded bankers, I'll tell you. Montreal...
And Judge Barry Close has declared that one more half bucket for the Bank of Montreal.
I think they'll have it today.
There we go, Bank of Montreal winning. The necessary pieces of ingredient in this event are, first of all, a spoon, a golf ball, a bike, and a dish full of apples. You put the spoon in your mouth, you walk backwards through the tires, you get on the bike, second member of the team that is, and scoot down to the finish line. And then the third member of the team bobs for apples, and they have to get 2 green apples out of their dish. And the first team to do it wins. Let's see how our teams did today. Pick-a-Pop Cappers against Stubbs Stubbies, and we've got Connie Hirsch for Stubbs against Stacy Border as they go under the rope, put the spoon in the mouth with a golf ball, and go backwards in the tires.
Well, it's quite an exciting event so far. This could be better than some of the ones in the Commonwealth Games.
And, of course, a nice clean drop there by Connie Hershey. Now, Murray Johnson on the bike.
Well, no, this balancing act, that's pretty good.
Murray's very adept at this. Doesn't look like he had any problem at all. Okay, and now we've got Carol Wutzke.
Oh.
She's got to get 2 green apples out.
This is a great contest for a hot day like this.
Look at Carol. She's very determined about this and very precise. She looks at the apple, then she moves over and tries to get that precise apple out.
It's almost as much fun as catching goldfish, you know.
Walter Mulder is competing for Pick-a-Pop cappers. Okay, we've got a declaration by the judges. Stubbs defeating Pick-a-Pop. As we're going to see in the replay, Walter Mulder bounces his green apple right over into the dish that Carol Wutzke is bobbing for apples in. Our initial declaration was that Stubbs Pharmacy had won the event, but the judges have conferred, and it was Pick-a-Pop by 3 seconds. Once again, it's the Battle of the Banks. We've got Phil Chelfie up against, for the Bank of Montreal, Alan McLeod.
And, I think we're going to have again. One person is...
They are really even
good at this.
Well, Alan dropped his green golf ball. And again, let's...
another drop
nice
there.
Clean drop. There
and she made it right in there.
Okay. Now, it's Deb Epp on the bike up against Doug Glennie.
I'm not sure who's had the practice on this one.
And if you notice here, it looks like Scotiabank had a slight lead, and then the Bank of Montreal also tipped.
I think this is going to be the slow part of this race.
Scotiabank keeps wanting to give the Bank of Montreal a chance to get back into it.
I think so.
And Scotiabank crosses the finish line. Now we've got Doug Glennie trying to get 2 green apples out. As Deb Epp is still struggling to get across the finish line.
And there goes...
She finally makes it. Okay, now Ann Van
There's
Ryn.
the first apple.
I think we've got Scotiabank already declared the winner, but now we've got the Bank of Montreal going for time, and it's over.
So, Dan, the one thing you won't see here today is a dry nozzle or a dry contestant. This is the contest where the water flies in all directions, and these nozzles are only very generally used to point it in a direction of the ball up on the overhead wire. With the wind as it is today, I think there may be a bit of water flying on other people as well. The objective, of course, is to get the ball across to the flag at the far end of the wire and to amass points for this week's Battleground contests.
Okay.
Scotiabank against the Bank of Montreal in the video cinema hose-off. There's the Bank of Montreal, and there's the ball. We've got power.
And we almost have a winner.
All right.
Montreal fights back.
Scotiabank
We feel the
gaining an early advantage, but they've only got 20 seconds now to get that ball over to the red flag. And we are getting drenched in the announcer's position again.
Drenched, I think we're having a bath ourselves here. And we have the winner.
Scotiabank coming in for victory. Whoa!
Okay, teams ready.
CKTA, and the advisor on the shot now. Here they go. We have pressure. We also have water coming down on our location again. And no clear advantage to either team so far. We've got that east wind again, and they have 20 seconds, Dave.
And I think that they might just have a standoff here. They're getting more water in the air than they are on the ball, I think. There's your 20 seconds gone.
And the pressure's turned off, but I think it was the advisor with a very, very slight advantage.
Okay, firemen, are you ready?
There's the Cypress Rollouts and the Munton, Copeland, Anderson pencil pushers, and we have pressure, Dave.
And Munton seems to be taking a bit of the lead there, going in their direction. The water is staying where it's supposed to be going.
Okay, now we have a distinct advantage.
Oh, it's going back a bit.
Again, they only have 20 seconds, and at the end of 20 seconds, the pressure will be turned off.
Now, Cypress is getting a bit of a... Yes, it's going for them now. Water's full over everybody here.
I think they're going to run out of time, though. Yes, time has been called.
Short of the requirement.
Advantage, I think, goes to Cypress in this event. There's the ball, and there's the start of another event in the video cinema hose-off. And we've got on our left the Stubbies.
Oh!
Pick-a-Pop. Whoa, Pick-a-Pop jumping into the lead, but they lost the pressure on the ball.
Oh! They missed.
But they have a definite advantage here, Dave.
There they go.
There it is, victory for Pick-a-Pop.
Right on.
Firemen, are you ready?
There's the Park Plaza Panthers.
And
we have pressure as they attempt to defeat the Lethbridge Center Cruisers. The Cruisers on the right.
And the Cruisers are getting a bit of an advantage there.
Well, it looks like they had a bit of an advantage,
they
and now
lost
the
it.
ball
No,
has
they
been pushed
lost
right
it.
back to the center.
I think this could be... Oh, it's going the other way now.
Now
The water's coming
the
this
Park
way.
Plaza Panthers have the
And
advantage,
there's
but they
timeout.
run out of time, Dave.
Okay, teams
The CKTA Huskers against the Advisor SWAT team. The Huskers on the right. The Advisor... Okay, now the Huskers are on the left.
Right. But they're off to a fast start.
Pardon me, the SWAT team on the left now, and the Huskers on the right. CKTA up against the Advisor, and this is the print media against the broadcasters.
And back they come. The print's ahead again.
You like that idea.
Well, I think it's appropriate, you know.
Well, we'll take the time out once again to mention our camera in the sky, and thank you to Murray's Rentals for the man lift, enabling us to get that shot that you see right there from the fellow up on top of that man lift. They call it a 40-man man lift, and I'm not sure what the 40-man part means.
Well, about 40 men high, I suppose, eh?
Hey, that could be it.
How are we doing with the buckets there? I think that the Advisor has got a decent lead again here.
Well, Judge Barry Close, who again is in between the towers, will be the one who will be declaring who wins this event. And again, it is a timed event. They have to try and get the bucket filled up as quickly as possible to try and get the most number of points.
Well, one more for the Advisor now.
One more bucket for each. Okay, up top for the Advisor, we have got Estelle Wright, and for CKTA, Tim Hitchner.
Okay, just one more bucket there, time.
You heard
There's
the
the Advisor
declaration,
gone.
one more bucket. Okay, time has been declared, and CKTA
I think
CKTA has defeated the Advisor. Our team on the left, as you look at the picture on the screen, is Munton Copeland Anderson Pencil Pushers against the Cypress Rollinauts. And for Cypress, we've got Patrick L. with the spoon in his mouth and, of course, the golf ball. And for Munton Copeland Anderson, that is Carol Lynn Harker.
when she just dropped the ball. Well, she's
There's a
back at
good
it.
shot of Carol Lynn.
Just coming around to the
Right out of the last. There's Patrick.
lap
A
of that
nice.
one. Oh, she drops it again.
3
He dropped
second
it.
drop. But Carol Lynn's ball stays in. And now,
Wow, look at that! Look at her go there.
that's Kathy Crawford on the bike. Now for Munton Copeland Anderson.
that was a
Beth
fast
Peterson,
round.
a quick victory.
Right in there.
Lethbridge Center Cruisers and the Park Plaza Panthers. The Cruisers on, on the nearest to the cameras. We look at this shot, and
Off to a good race this time.
yes, they are nice,
Neck to neck.
clean.
Oh well, we had a
There you
spill
go.
there.
There you go.
Just a little
Lethbridge
spill.
Center Cruisers took a little bit of a spill. They could not seem to get their feet motion altogether.
Well, it's so warm. I think they just were wilting. That's all. They just they're picking it up a bit here though.
Okay, that's the Park Plaza Panthers. Wayne Peckard, Leanne Peugeot, and Chris Molchek. Chris is out in front as they cross the finish line.
Right in. Right in.
And for Lethbridge Center, who are still trying to get a decent time here, we've got Dave Jacobs, Dennis Mack, and sandwiched in between them is Marianne LaBelle.
They're coming down the straightaway.
They're starting to get their act together. They're starting to get a nice
better
motion
there.
going.
Yes.
They cross the finish line.
Ah, well, they almost were.
Well, okay, they stumble at the finish line. This is the broadcast media against the print media. Judge Barry Close fires the gun, and there they go.
I think somebody had a bit of problem getting under that line there. Now
Well,
we seem
for
to be neck and neck.
CKTA,
Have a large contestant there.
CKTA, it's Greg Schmidt with the spoon, the golf ball in his mouth,
But he's the faster of the two, isn't he?
up against Vic Palchuk.
Oh, he dropped it.
A 3. Oh, they both dropped them.
Well, CKD is still taking a good lead on this one.
Here comes Tim Hitchner.
Right around.
Estelle is just about going to pass him.
Oh, she's faster.
She did.
Down
She
the
did.
stretch.
Okay, now
Now
we've
we're-
got Dave Carrier up against Greg Schmidt.
There's one of the green ones.
And a quick victory
Wow.
for the Advisor. But we've got CKTA still attempting to get their last green apple out. There we go.
I think they're moving to the corn than the apples.
CKTA going down to defeat against the Advisor in another event of McMurrin's Gym Triathlon.
Team's ready.
We've got the Stubbies and the Pick-a-Pop Cappers in the Pick-a-Pop Fire Bucket Brigade. And it's, I think, kind of ironic that our final event in the Pick-a-Pop Fire Bucket Brigade has Pick-a-Pop entered here. And up top for Pick-a-Pop, it's Tara Rosendahl. And for Stubbs Pharmacy up top, it's Connie Hershey. Connie in the blue and Tara in the white.
They're the ones that keep the driest in this whole exercise, I think. They're up there in the sunshine, of course, and they're just waiting for the other team members to do their thing.
It is a beautiful day out here at Whoop Up Days. It is nice and warm, and as you say, sunny and bright out here.
Main danger of sunstroke, I think.
Hauling the buckets for Pick-a-Pop, Walter Mulder and Stacy Border. And for Stubbs Pharmacy, it's Carol Wutzke and Murray Johnson who are hauling their buckets.
I think that Stubbs has taken a little bit of a lead here. They're coming down for another round.
It looks like Stubbs has got a sizable lead, as a matter of. But then, you know, when you take a good look, like from this shot, you can't really tell. But from a shot that's straight on, when the Pick-a-Pop water seems to settle down a little bit, it almost looks like they have as much as Stubbs Pharmacy has. We're waiting for a declaration. Judge Barry Close says about 4 or 5 more buckets for Pick-a-Pop. There's Tara up top, anxiously awaiting those next buckets.
Stubbs
2 more buckets for Stubbs. Oh, we've had a dropped bucket for Stubbs. And that
There they go.
And we'll be right back to find out who advances to tomorrow's championship finals in just a moment. Well, before we give you the results of today's Battleground competition, we should add that our top 2 teams are going to get, for each of their members, a 30-day membership to McMurrin's Gym as part of their prizes for today. And we'd also like to thank Dave Mabel from the Lethbridge Herald, our city reporter, for being with us today. Dave, it was a distinct pleasure, and I know that you enjoyed our action.
Well, this is certainly a lot more fun than sitting in the office and going through some musty old files and trying to find a story somewhere.
Right. Okay, we've got our top 2 teams, but we'll give you the teams from the bottom to the top. The last place team was the Bank of Montreal, who competed valiantly but did not have the necessary points to be one of the top 2 teams. Followed by Cypress, Lethbridge Center, Pick-a-Pop, CKTA, Scotiabank, Park Plaza, and Stubbs. And now the 2 teams who will go on to compete in tomorrow's championship finals are the Advisor. And they had 1,510 points. 75 points ahead of them was Mutton, Copeland, and Anderson. 1,585 points, and they are the top team of the day. And those 2 teams will compete with our other 6 winners earlier this week in tomorrow's championship final. And once again, Dave, we'd like to remind you and all of our viewers that the 2 and 7 Battleground goes here on the grounds every afternoon at 2 o'clock, and you'll see it every evening at 10:30 on channels 2 and 7. Thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you on the grounds during Whoop Up Days.